or SmackDown and elevating a diva like Aja Marie or Paige into a potential contenders match and then having them in a feud with Caitlyn for the Divas Championship. I can see Aja Marie versus Caitlyn or Paige versus Caitlyn for the Divas Championship very soon, but it needs to happen soon because the Divas division is in a very jeopardizable situation with over 7 releases. And as I said here earlier, if you were to rate the releases, you would definitely have to put Kelly or the Bella Twins release at the top of that list of top 7 releases we have seen over the past few months. I have never seen so many Divas releases since at least 2004, 2005, when in that summer they released a total of over 15 or 16 superstars, a combination of both male and female talents, and the bulk of those releases were divas. It was unbelievable seeing how many releases we saw in the Divas division in 2004. It was believed then over half the locker room had been released, and now here in 2013 we're up to over 7 critical releases, with some of those top releases being Kelly, Eve, the Bella Twins, Melina Maurice. I mean, incredible talents that you could have easily gotten an additional 5 or 10 years out of, but it was because of a confusion of characters like Eve, the Bella Twins, and Kelly that resulted in the releases, and some of them more than I would like to admit to, requesting the releases because of confusions with their characters, especially with Eve Torres' confusion, because they were trying to do so much with Eve Torres, promoting her as an assistant to a Raw General Manager for both a Raw General Manager and a SmackDown General Manager, promoting her as an in-ring competitor, and then trying to promote her as a heel shortly after she turned on Zack Ryder. They were also trying to promote her as a valet for either Zack Ryder or John Cena. They tried to have John Cena and Zack Ryder in a feud based on what was going on with Eve outside of the ring in the way of a romantic relationship or an affair, with Cena having an affair with Eve on his wife, The Rock alluded to in an interesting Rock concert from 2012. So much was going on with Eve Torres' character that they reached a point of confusion. They released her, and she wasn't the only one they were confused with. In the Divas division, there are so many contributing factors to all these releases that if I were to run down a list of all the contributing factors to releases of talents like Kelly, the Bella Twins, Karma, and many others, etc., we'd be here forever. But what do you believe is the biggest contributing factor to all these releases we have seen? You can tell me at JonathanClarke2005 at hotmail.com or HWWrestling at hotmail.com and send me your photos or videos you would like to contribute to our stories on these releases. Something else you can see on our Twitter are interviews with some of the recent releases in the Divas division, and something to look forward to too. Once the contract clauses of the 90-day no verbal contact or compete clauses have expired, we're going to see big things from people like Eve Torres, especially, who was recently featured in a UFC video, and we'll probably see the Bella Twins again on television, probably in the TNA Knockouts division, which has been being promoted phenomenally on ProWrestling.com with photos and videos. They've also been being promoted effectively on TNAWrestling.com and TNA Television, which is now live on Thursdays on Spike, I believe at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You can see the TNA Knockouts division, which is far more superior than the WWE Divas division. And by the way, the Knockouts have been being promoted on websites like ProWrestling.com, with several news articles popping up in our news form and for our news RSS feed. It's just incredible seeing how far the Divas division is behind the TNA Knockouts division, light years ahead of the WWE Divas division the Knockouts division is, and I venture to say it will remain light years ahead of the Divas division until we see call-ups of NXT Divas like Aja Marie and Paige to either Raw or SmackDown, eventually being elevated into a potential shot at Caitlyn and the Divas Championship. With the way the Divas division is going right now, with Caitlyn representing it and so many Divas in jeopardizable situations, and the Divas division in desperate need of call-ups from some of the NXT Divas, which is one of the shows in WWE right now that features the biggest roster, I think Caitlyn is pretty much guaranteed a 6 to 7 month reign as Divas Champion until she's provided with the competition that she needs. But the biggest thing is, I think that without this competition, Caitlyn is in a situation where she could lose her competitive edge and desire to want to compete in the Divas division and the WWE in its entirety. She needs to be receiving competition, and that will not happen, ladies and gentlemen, until we see Divas from NXT getting call-ups to Raw and SmackDown. And some of my top picks for call-ups to WWE have got to be anywhere from Aja Marie to Paige. It's just incredible seeing the talent in the way of female talents on the all-new NXT, and it's just a shame they haven't been receiving call-ups to the WWE's Divas division for Raw or SmackDown. It needs to happen sooner than later, and we need to see rivalries like Aja Marie versus Caitlyn or Paige versus Caitlyn, who I believe will go a long way in achieving success in the Divas division and ensuring the success of the entire division, something that Trish Stratus and Lita did in the early thousands, which you can't rely on anymore, but with releases of Kelly, Torres, the Bella Twins, Melina Maurice, Karma even, I mean, the Divas division has been placed in a jeopardizable situation and a predicament that WWE consistently are overshadowing what they believe to be more critical issues in the professional wrestling business. So in an attempt to try to get the Divas division back on a road to success, I will be archiving this video on my YouTube channel for a video blog at Jonathan Clarke 22, where you can check out past video archives of my radio show. And if you have an opinion, you can leave me an opinion at the bottom of this YouTube video. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/JonathanClarke1, where you'll find very interesting comments on some of the past releases of WWE Divas from the Bella Twins and Melina especially. You can also send me a message on Facebook at facebook.com/HW Entertainment, where you'll find recently embellished RSS news feeds and over 1,300 fans that have already subscribed to the Facebook news that's coming to you on facebook.com/HW Entertainment. If you aren't one of them, head to facebook.com/HW Entertainment and either send us a friend request or subscribe. I've got some great music on the way for you after the break. AC/DC and Money Talks.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey, you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with everything you see and hear? If you actually have some sort of afterthought, which, by the way, is normal, we want to know what it is. There are thousands of wrestling fans just like you that simply can't hold their thoughts in either, and they let it all out in our interactive forums. You have a voice, so use it. Simply visit forums.WrestleZone.com. Don't just be active, be reactive in the official WrestleZone.com forums. For all the latest in mixed martial arts, be sure to visit WrestleZone's sister site, SureDog.com. Complete with daily news, exclusive video, interviews, live radio broadcast, interactive forums, and the very popular Fight Finder with bios and complete match-by-match histories of your favorite fighters. SureDog is the only place you need when it comes to mixed martial arts. Visit SureDog.com today.
Hi, my name's Adam Nudelman, but I play the Phantom on the radio. I'm here to remind you that, screw that, my book, Mysteries of Wrestling Solved, is available at finer bookstores everywhere. That stupid fake voice, I hate it. I wrote a book along with Sir Adam Kleinberg called Mysteries of Wrestling. It has the questions that you wanted answered. Why does Steve Austin hate Jeff Jarrett? Are referees really blind and stupid and dumb? Who is actually the toughest wrestler in the business outside of the ring? Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kamala. We get down and dirty with insider facts you've never read about anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? It makes a great stocking stuffer. You're too short, you buy 3 of them, you get taller, you just stand on them. Mysteries of Wrestling Solved by ECW Press, written by Sir Adam Kleinberg and Adam the Phantom Nudelman. Available everywhere. It's done. The plug is done. I'm done. I didn't sell it well enough. There's naked pictures of China in there. Okay? Thank you.
Available now on DVD. John Triton is on the toughest, most important mission of his life.
They have a hostage. It's my wife.
And with everything on the line,
I gotta do something, and I gotta do it now.
nothing and no one can stop him.
See, I tried to kill this guy twice today.
Now, see the Marine in a whole new way with the unrated version. Get more edge-of-your-seat action, more mind-blowing explosions, more of the Marine. This unrated version features material too hot for theaters, plus special behind-the-scenes features. John Cena is the Marine. Only unrated version. Available now on DVD. Rated version also available.
I know what you're thinking. I'm not a real athlete.
I'm just a wrestler.
I'm 6'10", 328 pounds.
I won boxing's Golden Gloves 3 years in a row.
I was a national champion at the University of Miami. My jersey was retired at Florida
So
State.
was the Ultimate Fighting Champion.
When you step through those ropes, bad things do happen. Had over 200 stitches.
Suffered a dozen concussions.
Broken bones.
I've separated shoulders.
Damn near broke my neck.
I've blown out knees.
But I still got up. This is who I am.
This is what I do. I'm not really an athlete.
This isn't real.